Hi guys and dolls, how are you? Okay, so I have a question. Now, hoping you can answer it for me. Those of you who are subbies, you part of the family, and you are too cool, okay? Thank you for being part of the family. I appreciate you more than you realize, all right? Uh, I'm curious as to when, if ever, are we going to go back to when people had manners and respect? We're so used to people being disrespectful and out of line that it's almost normal. So people kind of laugh at it. They think it's funny. It's not funny. It shows that you were raised in a barn or under the barn, which is even worse. So I'm old school, right? So if you think about the old school mentality, where in your mind do you think it's okay? This is for men. Where in your logical mind do you think it's okay to ask a total stranger for some sex? Where in your logical mind is that okay? Somebody teach me, tell me, because that's just weird as hell to me. You don't know this person. You don't know them. You don't. And then there's a brother, I don't remember his name. He's on YouTube and he's trying to convince men and women, mostly women, that men, they need sex. They need it. They need it. No, they do not. You need food. You need water. Without those, you will die eventually. A very painful death because your cells will turn on each other. Okay? So it's a very painful death. You're not going to die if you don't stick it in somebody. I know you think you're going to die, but you're not going to die. Let me be the first person to tell you. You are not going to die if you don't stick it in. And you have no right to stick it in a complete stranger. I don't know who you think you are that you think you could just, pretty soon, because we so lax with manners and respect nowadays, pretty soon you could just bend somebody over the produce aisle. Hey, she was cute. What did you expect? I have needs. You see how ridiculous that sounds? But we're almost there where you could just bend somebody over, a complete stranger, because a man has needs. You don't need nothing. You need to pop it off with your hands. If you're so desperate to get it off, you need to use your hands. A total stranger doesn't owe you sex. I'm sorry. I hate to squash your ego like a bug, but a total stranger doesn't owe you sex. And women, keep your goddamn knees together. Stop screwing these stupid idiots because they are so egotistical that they expect you to do it on the first, second, or third date. They even have the countdown in their head. I've heard them talk about it. Oh, on the first date, the second date, maybe even the third date. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where did you get that from? Just because that's normal in today's loose society, that doesn't mean it's normal. It doesn't mean it's proper. It's disrespectful. When do we go back to, pardon me, the 1800s when manners and respect was the normal thing? Okay? Hello, please, thank you. I appreciate it. When do we go back to saying those things? Because the world don't owe you nothing. The world does not owe you anything. Saying, I'm sorry, I appreciate that, I didn't mean to, thank you. You went out of your way for me, I really appreciate you doing that. Would you like some gas money? No? Okay, thank you though. I'll be there for you. Why don't I take you for a coffee next week or something? This is what you do. You reciprocate. When somebody does for you, you do for them. When someone does for you, you say thank you. If you hurt someone's feelings, you say, I'm sorry. When do we go back to manners? When do we do that? People think it's funny to sit at the table, they're having Thanksgiving dinner, and Uncle Benny, I'm just using that as whoever, no personal attack against someone whose name is Uncle Benny. Okay. But Uncle Benny's going at the table, and everybody's like, that's not god dang funny. It's not. And you're encouraging it by laughing. It isn't normal to ask somebody Hey, can we, you don't know this person. Stop that shit. And let me address the men with this too, because we're going to go there. Just because a woman is eager to give it to you, just because she's loose booty and she wants to give it to you 5 minutes after meeting, you met her at the bus stop and she wants to go in the alley and bang you, just because a woman does that and she don't have no respect for herself, that doesn't mean you have to give in. It doesn't mean you say, well, I don't have a choice. Men have needs. Unzip the fly. Let's do it. I mean, are you stupid or something? Let's go back to manners and respect. And there's nothing more manly. Hear what I'm saying, men. There's nothing more manly than a man saying, baby, baby, you are super sexy. I'm not going to lie. You really are. But that, intimacy is something that I hold that dear to my heart. And that's not something I do with everybody. So I consider you special, and I just want to wait it out before we go on that page. I don't want to go on that page too soon. I think you're super sexy. I think the world of you. You're sexy as hell, girl. You are. But I just want to, take our time, because when we do it, I want it to be special. I think that's manly as hell. I don't think it's manly that you said, okay, and unzipped your fly. That's not cute. Be a man. Stand up and say, baby, 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 come on. Let's wait. It's a lot more special when we wait. Okay? It'll be a lot more special if we wait. That's what you do. I don't care if she's in the club, she's grinding you and pumping you and everything else. I don't grinding her butt against your crotch. I don't care. You can easily say, even though you're hot for her, super hot, you can easily say, yo, girl, go, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's chill, baby. Let's chill. I just met you, okay? Let's chill, baby. There's nothing wrong with that. And you don't have to be mean about it. You just tell her, hey, I want to slow down. You're hot, you're sexy, but let's wait. If she gets mad and says, well, maybe you're gay and maybe you just want to hurt people's feelings and F you, let her go about her way. If that's how she's going to trip, then somebody has to have respect for her, because she don't have respect for herself. Okay? Women, ladies, you need to teach your sons. I said this the other video. You need to teach your sons how to control their pecker. They're going to get horny one day, and they're going to want to poke somebody. Their hormones are going to block their common sense. You need to teach them how to be respectful of other people, men and women. Whether they're straight or gay is irrelevant. You have to have respect for other people. Even when they don't respect themselves, you need to be the bigger person, and you need to say, hey, I'm just not really feeling that. Ladies, teach your sons how to have respect for themselves. Teach your sons how to control their testosterone instead of letting their testosterone control them. Ladies, also teach your girls to keep their freaking knees shut. I don't care if we get to the point where you can bang somebody in the middle of the grocery store and nobody bats an eye. I don't care. It is unacceptable. It is disrespectful to both parties, and somebody has to teach these girls self-esteem. So when they get older, they don't hoe with everybody. You looked at me, I owe you sex. You took me out for a piece of toast, I owe you sex. We got to go back to manners and respect. We have to go back to self-esteem. We have to go back to kids saying, yes, ma'am, no, sir. Like I told you, one of my girlfriends, my best friend ever back in the day, she passed away from cancer. Her kid, they were military. Her husband was active duty military. And I heard her kids say, yes, ma'am, no, sir. And I was like, you don't hear that really too much in the civilian sector. Unless the parents are strict. And how many parents are strict? How many parents are trying to be besties with their kids instead of being the authoritative figure that you are? Okay? It's not cute being rude. It's not cute being disrespectful to other people. And you teach that person. If you're an adult talking to another adult who's disrespecting themselves, maybe you don't want to be in a position where you have to teach grown folks, but obviously their parents didn't teach them shit. So you need to say, hey, baby, you need to have more respect for yourself. I just met you. You don't want to do that with everybody. Your body is special. You don't want to just hand it over to people like that. Okay? The person that I talked to yesterday, He's the one that his mother was in a psychiatric facility and then they released her. He said something that was way out of line. I told him that somebody tried to scam me. We talked about scammers. He was reluctant to give me his phone number. All right. And then come to find out, what was it? I told him about the scammer that tried to, scam me out of 40 grand. This is what he says because he has no filter. Again, he has no respect. He says, well, do you even have 40,000 in your bank account? You don't ask somebody what they have in their bank account because it's none of your goddamn business. See what I mean? No respect, no manners. But he was taught by dysfunctional parents, so he's extremely dysfunctional, and he has absolutely no filter whatsoever. His mother claimed, although it was a manipulation tactic, oh, I just want to die, I just want to kill myself. He's like, well, hurry up and die. He has no filter. Another dynamic is he still has a connection with her. Why? She doesn't love you. She doesn't respect you. She never will. That's the reality. She never will respect you. She's a lunatic. Regardless of being released from the hospital, she's a freaking lunatic. You cannot heal if you are still enmeshed with someone who's dysfunctional. You cannot heal. And you're bragging about, well, I was raised that way, so I speak my mind. That doesn't give you a right to be crass. It doesn't give you a right to forget that you're supposed to have manners. I don't give a shit how you were raised. So if you were raised to be a serial killer, that's okay too? Are you serious right now? We have to go back to respect and manners. We have to go back to, you see a lady in the grocery store, she's an old lady, she's trying to reach for the top shelf, she can't quite make it. You grab the bottle for her or the can or whatever. You grab it for her and you hand it to her. I challenge each and every one of you to do something nice for someone you don't know. And if you've got raw edges, we're going to go there. We're going to put the meat and taters on a goddamn table today. If you have raw edges and you are crass and you have no filter and you have a tendency to say whatever blurts out of your mouth, you need to check yourself. I don't care how you were raised. That doesn't mean that you were raised properly. Okay? You could have been raised by two gorillas. Do you think it's normal in society to swing from the trees? And go, oh, my parents taught me that. I was raised by gorillas. That's not normal in regular society. So just because you were raised that way does not mean that that's the proper way of doing things. And you're supposed to be 50-something years old. This person I was talking to, you're supposed to be in your 50s and you still don't know that that's inappropriate? And this is how people with no respect for themselves and no respect for others, this is how they justify it. Well, I just keep it real. I just speak my mind. I just keep it real. There's a difference between keeping it real and saying whatever you want to say. And if it hurts a person's feelings, you don't really care. There's a difference. You can keep it real without being nasty and without crushing the person like a bug. So your girlfriend puts on a yellow dress, and you're like, well, girl, you too big to be wearing that dress. You look like a school bus. I'm just keeping it real. No, baby, you're not keeping it real. You're being an asshole. There's a difference. Okay? Keeping it real is you talk to your guy friend and his girlfriend beats him up and she hit him upside the head with the frying pan because the abuse is getting worse. Keeping it real would be, you know what, man? She's going to end up killing you. You're going to have to let her go. That's what you're going to need to do. You need to cut strings with her. I know you think you love her, but I'm telling you right now, she's going to end up killing you. I'm keeping it real. That's keeping it real. You're not trying to hurt his feelings saying, you stupid idiot, what are you doing with a crazy person in the first place? That's keeping it real with no respect and no manners. Keeping it real on the other side of the fence is, I don't want you to get killed, and at the rate things are going, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to let her go. Or him go, whatever the situation is. You're going to have to get away from that. Because I don't want this person to take your life. I care about you. And I don't want you going further into this spiral downward. That's keeping it real. In the productive way. Don't justify being a dumbass by saying whatever the hell you want to say. Well, I just keep it real. I just speak my mind. No. You're acting like a fool and you're hurting people. You're going to lose friendships. You're going to lose all types of connections with people because they're going to back off of you because they don't understand what's wrong with you. And I did cut him off the other day because I'm not going to deal with your filter because there's going to become a time where you say something keeping it real and I'm going to cuss you out real bad. And I'm going to hurt your feelings real bad. And I'm going to squash you real hard and I'm not going to care if you cry. I'm going to get real vicious with you because I don't like how you talk to me and you're going to reach a point where you come out your face and say something too much crass and I'm just going to let you have it. Okay? So my best bet is to cut strings with you anyway because you're not the type of person I want in my life. Just saying. Okay? There's a difference between keeping it real and you're being productive with it and keeping it real and you don't really give a shit how it sounds, how it affects that person, if it hurts their feelings, whatever. Even if the person goes, hey, that was rude, and you're like, oh, well, I'm keeping it real. If they haul off and punch you out, don't say nothing. Because somebody's going to get to that point with you. So watch what you say and watch how you say it and don't deliberately hurt people. Let's go back to manners and respect. And men, you don't owe somebody, they don't owe you sex because you bought them a soda. I'm sorry. And women, keep your goddamn legs shut because we are paying the price. I talked about this the other day. We are paying the price for you being loose booty. We are paying the price for it. You're feeding their ego. Now they feel like king ding-a-ling. I get sex from anybody I want to because that's what we do nowadays. Yeah? Really? Ladies, keep your knees together. Make sure you have a strong connection with somebody before you do that. Unless you want to be humped and dumped, because that's what you're signing up for. Let's go back to manners and respect, people. And respect has to start with ourselves first. And then we can learn how to respect other people. Okay? All right, y'all. Whew, I'm warm, so what else is new? Anyway, y'all be good. Let's practice manners and respect. Let's do it. Let's do it. I know it's not the end thing to do, but let's do it anyway. Love you. Bye-bye.